I'm not going to ever say the man I'm with won't cheat, but I'm not going to give them a pass and say, well, all men do is, so it's going to be okay with me if he does. No, women have just as many options as men do.
Hello, motherfucker.
Thanks for joining. We'll be discussing fitness, fashion, and ways to focus on greatness. Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Hey, and good morning, everybody. Excuse the sun. It should clear up in just a moment when I turn. I'm driving into work. But yesterday, I saw a post that one of the blogs shared from Carmelo Anthony's mistress that had the baby. And everyone was commenting how the baby looks just like him and things like that. And they asked had she had a DNA test, which she said she had, but that he has not been in communication with her or the daughter. And this is just my opinion, of course, as always, but I really believe, it has a lot to do with Lala. And, maybe she's threatening him like, well, if you got anything to do with that baby, I don't want anything to do with you, or something to that effect. I really believe is the issue. Now, let me just say, I really see both sides of the picture, and I can understand a little bit, where he's coming from. Yes, it was totally wrong to have an affair. However, women, we have to have more respect for ourselves. Like, you knew he was a married man, and you should have, well, both of them should have protected themselves enough that a baby wasn't even brought up. The possibility of her getting pregnant wasn't even brought up. But, people are so careless and so free in this day and age with sex and things like that nobody thinks about it until it happens, although they were fully grown adults. Now, if a man is married and, he's seeing you and you were messing around or whatever, and you say, hey, I'm pregnant, it's your baby, blah, 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 and he's very clear and adamant, hey, I don't want that baby. I don't know what their conversation was, but if he's clear and he says, hey, I don't want that baby, I don't want anything to do with a baby, this was nothing serious for me, I think you have just, when you decide to have the baby, you've decided that you're going to be a single mother, and that man is not going to be a part of that baby's life. Should he be a part of his baby's life? Sure. If everything was perfect in this world, he would still be a great dad, be a great parent. But at the same time, I can only imagine, his resentment for the baby. So you also don't want that around the baby either. I just feel like today everyone is just too sexually free, and that's why disease is so rampant. These babies are everywhere, and it's not fair to the children for fathers to have 10 kids and 8 baby mamas, and it doesn't really matter how much money the person has, or even if they in fact do pay child support. When you aren't there for your child as a father figure, it hurts, and they are impacted as well. So I'm really kind of torn. I feel like this new age of side chicks and people thinking that it's something to brag about. Oh, I was with Eddie Murphy, or I was with LeBron James, or I was with Carmelo Anthony. To me, it's like they're taking it as a badge of honor somehow, and they don't understand how much they are disrespecting themselves by doing so. Nowadays, a man really can't lie to you and say he's not married or he's not in a relationship, because it's very easy to find out. And with these celebrities, full well, that they are in a relationship. Don't disrespect yourselves, ladies, by being with the man just because of his celebrity status. Find someone that will respect and honor you. And I know a lot of times when I'm talking to my friends or people that I know, they say, well, Lori, you just are not realistic. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And, I don't think we have to take that stand on things and say, well, he got so much money that he's gonna cheat. Why do we have to accept that behavior? I don't understand that, and I don't want to ever have that mindset. I'm not going to ever say the man I'm with won't cheat, but I'm not going to give them a pass and say, well, all men do it because so it's going to be okay with me if he does. No, women have just as many options as men do, and we practice self-restraint. There's just as many men that are interested in women that, we say, no, I'm not interested. There's nothing really somebody can whisper in my ear because I'm not interested, because I love and respect myself first and foremost. It honestly has nothing to do with my partner. I love and respect myself enough that I'm not going to open my legs to anybody that shows me the slightest bit of interest, or they're promising me this and that just because they think I'm cute or they find me attractive, whatever it may be. So, yeah, sure, it's a lot of attractive women out here, and you possibly could sleep with them all if they allowed it, but why wouldn't you? So that's why I say cheating really has a lot to do with the person's self-esteem, with the person's, how they view themselves. Because if you respect yourself enough, you won't cheat on your wife. You won't even give it thought. And for Carmelo to sleep with that young lady without using protection, I honestly would feel like you don't value my life. And I'm sure that's how Lala feels. You don't know who else that young lady was sleeping with. You could have had to go home and say you're having much more than a baby, which would have been even more devastating. There's a lot of disease out here, and most are curable. But, even with condoms, you can't protect yourself with all diseases. Herpes, you can still get herpes even if you're wearing a condom. Sometimes things slip up, and for him to just be so free and careless with not only his life, but his wife's life, that's what we have to really focus on. And I do feel sympathy for the young lady, because she's brought a baby into this world, and that baby won't know the father as of right now, how it's looking. And I think it's just a difficult decision, and we as adults push those things on children, and then I'm sure the child is going to grow up and wonder, well, you were really there for your other child, why weren't you there for me? And then have to explain to a child why, when it really has nothing to do with the mother. But if you allow it to, of course it will. And I don't know if he feels like he's punishing the young lady, like, well, I told you don't have that baby, so I'm not going to be nowhere around it. You can't hide from your mistakes. Well, I'm not going to call the baby a mistake, but you can't hide from those decisions that you made simply by ignoring it. And that's what Carmelo needs to realize. I really hope that, he gathers himself and that he realizes, hey, let me stand up and do the right thing, although some wrong choices were made. I'm really hoping that you can't push the baby on Lala, because I know I personally couldn't deal with it. I just could not be around the baby. I'm not that loving, and that's just something I could not deal with as a wife, for another baby outside of the marriage to come in and for me to play mommy too. But Carmelo really owes that to the child. He owes that to have some type of relationship, not just cut a check. Because when that child is old enough to look him face to face and say, hey, Dad, why weren't you there? How are you going to feel? But let me know what you guys think. Have you ever experienced this? Has your husband had a baby and you had to welcome it to your home? Have you as a man had a baby outside of your marriage? Did you stay married? Things of that nature. Let me know your thoughts. Comment below. And thank you so much for watching. As always, these are just my opinions, not the law.